He tells us in Matthew 18 that we should not be the cause of somebody else stumbling or being led into sin. He tells us in Matthew 18 that when we see sin patterns in our life that are destructive, that we should protect ourselves and protect others by cutting out those sinful patterns in our life. He tells us in Matthew 18 that we should not despise other brothers and sisters, that we should see the worth and value in other brothers and sisters, even if we don't have an affinity for them. He tells us in Matthew 18, watch, that we should leave the 99. That is, when we see brothers and sisters go astray, we should go and get them and bring them back. And then last week, I read these verses to you, and I want to read it to you again, that on the heels of that, Matthew records that Jesus said this to his followers: if your brother sins against you, verse 15, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained your brother. That is, if somebody sins against you in the church, go have a conversation with them in private, reconcile that relationship, and then be at peace with one another. But if he does not listen to you, take 2 or 3 others with you, so that every charge may be established in the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. That is, if they won't listen to you, bring a small group of people with you, that somebody may be able to help that person see what you could not help them see. He says if he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if he refuses to listen to even the church, let him be as to you a Gentile tax collector. That is, if he's stirring up trouble in the context of a community, outcast him from fellowship. Truly I say to you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed on heaven. That is, I will back the leaders who exercise church discipline. Again, I say to you, if 2 of you agree on earth asking anything in my name, then I will do it, and my Father in heaven will do it for you. He's saying if you come together and pray about any difficult situation, I will move in that situation on your behalf. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them. Now, family, in these original manuscripts, there are no chapters and verses. So you need to understand that Matthew 18 is one complete sermon from the Lord Jesus Christ. And then on the heels of talking about conflict between brothers and sisters in the church and dealing with people who sin against you in the church, on the heels of the Lord telling us how to address people who offend us, hurt us, grieve us in the church, he says these next words in verse 21. Then Peter came up to him and said, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? Jesus said, no, Peter, no, son. I do not say 7 times, but 77 times.